We're Will and Jen, and for the last few years, we have managed to make a trip up to the US Northeast region to experience fall foliage. But this year, we're hitting an area that we've yet to explore, Lake Placid, New York. Nestled in the stunning Adirondack Mountains in the upper east part of New York State, Lake Placid is an iconic town that bursts with color every fall and has hosted the Winter Olympics multiple times. We're taking less than 48 hours to explore the area and stopping by the US Olympic ski jumping facility, where we're lucky enough to watch actual ski jumpers qualify for the next Winter Olympic Games.
Calm down.
Then we're checking off a classic fall activity, picking apples in a local orchard.
Yeah, that looks like a great apple.
And we got some help from Tucker picking the perfect apples.
I think these are balls.
Now before we leave Lake Placid, we're hiking the High Falls Gorge trail, where you can witness some incredible waterfall views while standing inside of a gorge.
But first, coffee.
We woke up this morning with an amazing view right here on Mirror Lake, which is part of the Lake Placid area. So we were lucky enough to get this hotel. This is the Hampton Inn and Suites, and it's like literally right across from the lake. So we have a balcony with a view. And thank you also to Matt, because he's the one who booked this for us. So we just finished working a lot, honestly. Like, we were at open house in Indiana, and we worked the Michigan RV show. We've been a little worn out, and Matt was nice enough to get us this hotel, and the view is just gorgeous. So to my means. We're gonna start off going and grabbing some coffee, and I think Will has a bakery he wants to.
Nice. I was telling Jen, I'm a sucker for a nice, good local bakery.
I'm a sucker for it.
You like your coffee and everything. That's my go-to. You can tell by my belly.
All right, so we are about to head down. Tucker's ready to go outside, and we're gonna walk around the lake and get some coffee.
Are you ready, buddy?
I'm ready.
What are you waiting on?
What do you think? You look.
Gosh,
Oh, yeah.
bossy boy.
Are you gonna help with the vlog today?
Yeah, I help with my cuteness.
Oh, you're gonna help with your cuteness. I'll help by taste testing everything. Technically. Do I have everything?
All right, let's go.
This hotel is actually really cute inside too, because it has like a mountain lodge resort feel to it. The downstairs has a really big grand room with a bar, and it's all decorated for fall, really cute. Smells like freaking apple cider in there. And last night when we checked in, they had hot apple cider on tap that you could get. So it's a really cute little hotel, really cozy. And the cool thing about it is it's very dog friendly. So they welcome dogs, and which just makes it nice when you have a dog to like not feel like awkward.
Right.
You know, I love hotels that like welcome dogs.
Right.
So the cool thing is right across from our hotel here, there is tennis court. So when we got here, we're like, ooh, maybe they're gonna be doing pickleball while we're here. I couldn't find anything
Probably
about it.
good though, to be honest, Jen. I mean, we're already getting a late start. It's like almost 11 o'clock, and then we would have spent the next freaking 5 hours playing pickleball.
What's wrong with that?
I mean,
What'd you guys do in Lake Placid?
right.
Well, first I beat Betty.
Right.
I pickled her.
Today is October 10th, which is typically a little bit late for peak in this like region up here in New England. But this year, pretty much this whole area up here has had like a late peak because of high rainfall and probably other weather conditions. So originally we thought we were going to be getting up here too late for the peak, and I think we timed it right. To be honest, I think we're a little late for the peak here in New York.
We were working the show.
Yeah, but we were working a show. But the peak in Vermont, I think, will be perfect.
Yeah.
Normally it's like the first week of October is peak, but everything's delayed this year. So something really interesting about Lake Placid is it has been the home of the Winter Olympics twice now. So once in 1932 and once in 1980. And so they have two cool Olympic centers here, I guess. So they have the speed skating circle or whatever. And then they have an area over there that we're going to try to hit today. That is where they do the ski jumping that goes like super high.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah. But right in town here is where the speed skating thing is, and the funny thing is, it's right in front of Lake Placid High School. I'm like walking, I was like, oh, that building's fancy looking.
Right. I thought it was something with the Olympics, like overlooking, you know.
Because there is a museum here for the Lake Placid Olympics, so I was like, oh, maybe that's a museum. No, it's just a high school with like a view down of the speed skating rink. So that's
cool.
Kind of interesting. They have like a lot of history here about the Winter Olympics. So coffee run didn't turn out as planned because the coffee shop that I was planning on going to was closed, and the bakery that Will was planning on going to was closed. So we're here on a Tuesday, and it's probably like the
Monday,
slowest
Tuesday,
day,
they're closed. Yeah.
So we found another little coffee shop, and it's decent. And then we got like something light to hold us over. We might go get lunch soon, since we didn't really have much breakfast. But we're heading back to the hotel now for a second and figure out where we're gonna go to next, whether we're bringing tuk-tuk or not.
So we're at the Olympic jumping complex, and this is so cool. We didn't realize everything that was going on here. I could have thought of it more as like, hey, this is where they jump when they have the Olympics. Little do we know they would actually be training here, and we had no clue about that because you would think maybe they were training during winter when it's snowing, but they actually have like a turf on the ramp, and they wet it periodically to make it kind of feel and act like snow, I guess. All these people are out here literally just watching them practice. So I don't know if these are like they're training for like to be in the Olympics or what. But either way, it looks really cool.
And there's like a ton of people here. Are these like family members? Like here for like a sports game basically. But man, when you get up close here, you realize just how steep that is.
110 meters.
So they only do it periodically, not constantly. Probably as it starts to dry out, they re-spray it. We're about to actually jump in the gondola, which looks like the same gondola that the skier used to go all the way back to the top. But we're gonna get in the gondola and go up. So we got our gondola tickets, but we found out that we can't go up the glass elevator today because this is actually a competition going on. See, the gondola goes like that far up, but the glass elevator is what would take you all the way to the top of the ski jump, and that's what's closed today. So you can't go as high up either. So we were just talking to the guy who runs the gondola. I asked him if it's like turf that they're skiing down, and it's actually this weird like thin, long plastic material that's almost like laid over each other.
You know what it kind of reminds me of is almost like a hula skirt.
Wow! If you're hungry for a hunk of fat and juicy meat, eat my buddy Pumper here because he has a treat.
Like a fake hula skirt.
Like a hula skirt, but it's like plastic. So then when they wet it, it becomes very slippery. And he said it's not even really like sprinklers going as much as fire hoses because that's water they're putting out. But the funny thing is too is that when it does snow, it's so slippery that
the material,
skirting material or whatever, is so slippery with the snow that they can't even just like let the snow sit on top of it. They have to put like a cargo net down on top of this grass skirting material so that the snow will actually like stay and not be too slippery for them. That's the top of the ski jump, so that's what we could have gone up if we didn't come at the exact worst time.
Right.
But so because it's only being used for athletes.
It sucks.
Okay, so it's starting to rain up here, so I got my hood on. But the gondola guy was also telling us that pretty much what we thought is like all of the athletes here, the goal is to get to the Olympics. All of their jumps here, I'm sure, like are basically moving them towards qualifying for the Olympics and being on the U.S. Olympic team. So it's actually really cool that we're just happen to be here the 2 days that they're doing this competition. So we actually get to watch them skiing and coming down. So as you can see, there's like tons of water dripping down like right under the actual ski slope. And I believe that's from the water that they're actually like shooting out to make it slip.
It's gotta be. It's not raining.
Yeah, it's not even raining that hard. So it's all coming down. It looks like a storm cloud is like underneath here. Okay, so in the spirit of being at the ski jumping complex, I have a trivia question for you guys. So no cheating, you got to do it live. and you got to comment your answer. And then, you know, if you want,
What does the winner get? You said you're gonna give him like $1,000 or something.
the winner gets a pat on the back. Okay, so the question is,
Winner gets a free bottle of Liquified.
yeah, first person to comment the right answer to this trivia question, we will send a free bottle of Liquified.
Okay.
Okay. So the question is, in what country was the first ever recorded ski jump? Okay. So
What country?
what country?
Okay, not continent, people, not state, not city.
Country. So comment down below. First person to say the right answer, we will send you a free bottle of Liquified. Hopefully you have an RV.
Right.
All right, so a little bit of history about the Lake Placid ski jumping complex. The Lake Placid Club, which first opened to guests during the winter of 1904, built the first ski jump at this current site in 1920 using just the hillside itself as the jump surface. So just the existing hill. They didn't have like a whole structure built like it is now. So the first actual jumping competition was held here in 1921. And the event actually drew 3,000 spectators, which was 1,000 more than even the population of this village. So back in the 1920s, it was like so exciting that they were doing this. So people from outside of the Lake Placid village actually came in just to see people doing ski jumping. Yeah. And on that day, the longest jump was made by a man named Anthony Maurer from Switzerland. And that jump was recorded at 124 feet. So over the years, the ski jumps have been improved upon and made bigger, of course, as technology has advanced. Skis have changed, and just athletes have got crazier and crazier on what they're willing to do. So the height of the towers now are officially at 100 meters and 128 meters. So there are two main jumps here. So some of the other upgrades that have been done here over the years is the creation of a more efficient snowmaking system, as well as replacing the more traditional like open air chairlift to an enclosed gondola like we have now.
Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Oh, I could do that in my sleep.
Yeah. How'd you fit yourself the other day? Oh, you couldn't hop on one leg the other day.
And then I filmed.
Fell.
Will wanted to play ladder golf before we leave. You go first.
Get you to smell us and steam.
Ow, that hurt. I'm so glad I started recording for the second round, not the one where you like beat me.
Number 35, Isaac Nichols.
That's good. Right.
Chunku. Chunku.
Well, do you want to go to the orchard with us?
You wanna go for a walk? Get some apples?
You go for a ride? Go bye-bye?
Come on!
Okay, I'm ready. I'm awake now.
Aww.
Stop. So as we mentioned, Matt booked this room, and he was talking to like the guy at the hotel apparently, and I knew a surprise was coming, but I didn't know what. Was it the bottle of champagne? Yeah. That's so sweet. Dearest Will and Jen. Oh.
Dang, like a handwritten card.
Welcome to the Hampton Inn & Suites, Lake Placid, New York. We're delighted to have you as our guest and are committed to providing you with a comfortable and memorable stay. The Hampton team. That is so
That was
cute.
actually really cute.
This is not sponsored by Hampton Inn either.
Right.
Like, they're just being really
Right,
sweet.
I think we're gonna need to email them.
Right. That's so cute.
That was cute.
Thank you, Hampton Inn of Lake Placid. I've found that we definitely missed peak here. I think that they had a high rainfall like a couple days ago, because I saw pictures that people posted from literally a few days ago where it was lots of leaves in the trees and really vibrant. And then I think they had a big rainfall. The problem is once it reaches peak, it's literally peak and
For like a few days.
for a few days, and then the leaves fall. So then you have something like a big rainstorm and it just washes a lot of the leaves away. So it's really hard to time the peak, because especially if you're planning your trip far in advance, like you'll look at what's the perfect time to go, but it could be different that year because they had more rain, or you know, it's really dry. So I found that it's really hard to kind of book your trip far in advance because you could book it and then get here and it's not even like pretty yet, or it could be like this where the leaves already fell.
But the flip side to that is then it's like, even if you book a little bit in advance, it's hard to get hotels and
It
stuff.
is. So that's what's hard is like, it's hard to plan super far in advance, but you know, all up in New England gets really busy this time of year with the what they call the leaf peepers, like us. The leaf peepers that flock up here for the fall, you know, makes it so it's hard to get hotels and Airbnbs last minute, but it's like you also can't plan that far in advance, so. I got one bag to put our apples in.
Nice.
Look what I got for you.
Oh, there's a tag on it.
Oh, goodies.
Let that take the tag off.
There you go. Oh, goody.
So the goal is to get enough apples to fill this bag, because you just pay for different bag sizes.
Oh, so you already paid for the bag.
Yeah, so I think this was like $10.
Wow.
Oh wow. What a deal.
What a deal.
What we're trying to do is get enough apples to make an apple pie with when we get home. Truthfully, I don't think these are the best apples for apple pie, but like, and Will was like, "Can't make an apple pie with these." Like, I'm making an apple.
Well,
pie.
yeah, it's about the it's the fact that we handpicked these apples.
Yeah, like I'm making.
Whether they
apple
taste good
pie.
or not.
So, and then I was just reading online, like how to pick the best apples. You want them like firm, obviously. But it also said like don't pull down on the fruit. You want to like lift it up and then twist it. Because it says you want to leave the
feel
stem
that.
on. if
What
you
kind of
can.
apples are these?
I don't know.
I think you just got to twist more, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. Oh, look at that. See, that stem broke off really good. You see that?
Yeah. Another one.
Another one. Oh, he thinks it's a ball.
No, baby. Ooh, look at this tree, Will.
Yeah, this is a good tree.
This is a good one. Look at that.
Yeah, that looks like a great apple.
Did you ever watch that old cartoon of Johnny Appleseed? When he was
Yes.
little? I loved it.
I loved it too, and I don't know why.
It was actually like an older cartoon. See, that actually like.
Oh,
it's
that's
better.
good.
It'll last longer, I think.
That's a nice big one.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost dropped it.
Great tennis balls, Daddy.
Look at him.
See, I like it more when it's like that color.
They look like great tennis balls.
I think these are balls.
Rat.
All to the brim. Think we got enough for a pie?
Yeah, look, I think that's good. I don't want to.
Yeah. I got an extra strap. They give you an extra strap just in case it breaks.
I don't want to rip off Johnny Appleseed over here.
All right, we made it back to the hotel. I think we're gonna crack open that bottle of champagne we got earlier. I don't know what we're celebrating.
I don't know. Thank you. Though. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm not a big champagne person.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Will doesn't drink that much, so like if you don't drink that much, like champagne ain't all that.
Champagne's not good, yeah.
We're trying to find a easy dinner solution.
Yeah, cousin and Chris tell you. So I was just looking. There's no pizza place around here. We'd have to go to Vermont, which is like 60 miles away.
So there's pizza places. Why don't you just order a pizza to go and go walk over and get it?
I found pizza.
Right, that's the place I told you was good, and you were doubting it. And it actually is good because
It
there's
actually
very
is
little
good.
flop.
Look at this. Nice New York style. Like, we're so close to New York City.
Right.
Of course you're
We're
gonna
really not that close. You know what's funny? I bet you we're closer in Maryland than they are here.
So for all of you people from New York State, comment below if you get annoyed at people like disregarding the whole rest of your state just because of New York City. Because I know that has to get annoying. Like when people say like I'm from New York, they're like, oh, New York City, like Manhattan. You're like, no, the whole rest of the state that exists.
Right.
You know, everyone just associates the city. And actually the rest of New York State is very beautiful. You know, I'm not a big city person. I'm not big on New York City, but I love upstate New York. So tell me if you're from New York, does that annoy you? Because I feel like that would annoy me. Good morning, everybody. It is a new day, and we are actually heading out of Lake Placid today. But before we do, there's one more activity that we want to hit before we leave. We're at a spot here, like 10 minutes from Lake Placid, called High Falls Gorge. And it's a privately owned nature park area. So it's very similar to what we did in Vancouver.
That was terrifying.
Yeah. I don't think it will be quite as scary based on the pictures. But basically it's a gorge here that runs along the Ausable River, or Ausable, I don't know how it's pronounced. They've built this pathway along the side of the gorge so that you can walk through it and peer down onto the river and everything.
Big rock.
So this rock right here is called a northosite. It's the base horizontal layer for not only the gorge, but the entire high peaks region of the Adirondacks, which is where we're at now. This bluish gray rock, over 1.5 billion years old, is rated one of the oldest in the world.
Wow.
It is the same type of base rock that was found by our astronauts on their trip to the moon.
Dang.
That's weird. Cute little
This is so pretty. There's nothing more peaceful than the sound of a waterfall.
You can kind of see right there where the waterfall starts is where the gorge starts. It is so loud down here, and you can kind of feel the mist coming.
Oh, you can for sure, yeah.
So we already had to cross one bridge.
Oh, I thought I was done. I seriously did.
Now we gotta cross this other bridge to go back.
Oh my gosh. This one looks scarier too. Oh my gosh.
If you guys didn't know what Will's biggest fear in life is, I think you know now. He doesn't like stuff like this, and he always gets dragged along. So there's that waterfall. Coming all the way down. Another little waterfall. Coming down again, another one. And as you can see, at every new platform, they have like areas of water pooling. And that keeps going all the way down there. So, Will, didn't you read about like what causes the gorge and the jagged rocks?
When it's jagged like that, most of the time it's from tectonic plates shifting, and that's how you get those jagged edges.
Yeah.
And that's most likely what, I'll say, forming the base to the gorge. It probably over time also got eaten away by like,
the river.
The river, yeah. But also it's jagged where you can see it. Underneath, I bet that's smoothed out a lot.